A man who does not know what he wants will always be a pawn in the game of chess to a man who does. My name is Matt Petruso. If you don't know who I am, I'm an entrepreneur. I own an insurance agency. I've done over $10 million in sales. I have a real estate investment company, and I created a life exactly how I designed it because of what I'm going to teach you today. And what I'm here to tell you is how to actually design something that you want and not just live in the superficial state of this sounds good in the moment, but you never actually take the time to think about what does your life actually look like? Like, what does a good day look like in your life? Most people never take the time to even think about this. So I'm telling you this because of a story that I met a guy years ago, and he was kind of in the position where he thought that his life should be what he thought would be, good and easy, right? So he actually was told, by his family and society that he should go to school to be, an attorney, and he studied all these years and he became an attorney. And also, in his peer group and his family and all this other stuff, they said you also need to make, you need to create a good relationship with a high-paying doctor or attorney, woman. And he ended up marrying a emergency room doctor, right? So she was very smart, he was very smart, very ambitious, right? But I met him, and he was in his mid-40s, and these were probably two of the most miserable human beings I've ever met in my entire life, because they never actually sat down and thought about what their actual good day looked like, and they just became this hamster wheel of both grinding, both working, both being very money and success driven, and it didn't actually get them any happier because they were both very successful. They had money, right? They were successful in their careers, but their life was shit because they never actually thought about what the day looked like. And I'm here to teach you how to actually think about what an ideal day would look like in your life. And, if you were to be an attorney, great. Well, what does that mean, right? In school, we think about maybe I'll be an attorney, maybe I'll be a doctor. Okay, what does a day look like in the life of an attorney? What does a day look like in the life of a doctor? Is that how you want your life to be? Okay, think about it. Think about it deeper. Okay, if I'm an attorney, I probably have to be in the office pretty often. I need to talk to clients. I need to think about a lot of things. I need to, communicate those thoughts. And I need to be fighting constantly, right? I need to be fighting against other people. I need to prove my point. I need to have a lot of stuff going on in my head. How does that feel? Does it feel good? Does it feel like a day that you want to live? Okay, think about that. Same with if you're a doctor, if you want to be a doctor, how does it feel to be a doctor? What are you doing all day? What type of people are you dealing with all day? What type of negativity, positivity, what type of energies are you seeing throughout the day? And is that a type of energy that you wish to have, right? Is it an energy that fulfills you, pumps you up, and motivates you? Or does it drag you down? Does that energy suck from you, right? What type of people are you going to be dealing with on a daily basis? Because people don't think about that. But if you're constantly dealing with people, like an attorney, for instance, if you're constantly dealing with people that are always fighting and arguing against you, you don't think that's going to bleed over into your life in other areas? You don't think you'll be confrontational and kind of on edge at all times in your life in every area? Of course you will. So if that's the way that you want your life to be, that's fine. But understand, let's think deeper about what your life actually should look like. I always tell my clients and students, sit down, actually feel out what a day would look like, a great day. And when people ask me, should I make more money? I'm like, okay, well, what do you want the money for? What does your day look like? Think about that, because if you've never tried anything out and you never thought about something deeply about how you want your day to look, you could be chasing the wrong carrot. You're chasing the wrong carrot, so your life will make decisions inappropriately to a life that you actually desire. People are so shallow-minded and so focused on these status or superficial outcomes to impress people that they don't even care about. They sacrifice their own desires of what their life could be. I want you to literally think about this. I want you to think about a day in your life. Yes, of course, you need to make money. Money is very important. And if you cannot pay your bills, your life will be difficult. But at what cost? You cannot sacrifice 90% of your life to pay bills. So, for instance, when people ask me, well, how would you, like, do you want to make any more money, Matt? I say, yeah, of course. But at what cost? Everything has a cost and a benefit. And you have to weigh these options out. Because now I was willing to pay the cost of the difficulties and the hard work and the sacrificing of my 20s so I could now live how I wish. But I planned this. I planned it out. I knew how I wanted my life to look. I knew that I wanted to have time freedom, control over my mind, control over my body, control over the people that I do business with. But I couldn't do that if I didn't sacrifice things at the beginning. And you have to think about the longer term picture and not just give into these daily, like, oh, well, that seems good because they have a lot of money. But what does the money give you if you don't actually like your life? So understand that. So think about, what does a great day look like? And I'll give you an example of my day, right? And that's why more money to me really doesn't matter, other than it's a marker to say that I'm improving, so that's good. But a good day to me is I woke up refreshed. Whenever I wanted to wake up, my phone was in another room, and I woke up hopefully next to a beautiful woman, and I woke up at this, whenever I wanted to, right? There was no alarm. I just woke up because I woke up, right? Then I woke up and I worked out in my basement or worked out at the gym, and I did a good boxing routine or workout and train and ran a little bit. Then I did some writing, did some reflecting, did some planning for the day, and then I worked. Then I did some actual implementation on those thoughts that I just had. I created something for a few hours. And I don't think people should work, 12-hour days. Maybe at the beginning, maybe you could, but I don't think it's really that beneficial. I think it takes away from your creativity, but I think what you should do is have a good routine where after your exercise, your routine in the morning, and obviously reflecting, writing things out, planning for the day, then actually implementing, right? So my ideal would be implementation of 3 to 4 hours between 8 to noon or 1, in that time frame, because I wake up pretty early, and then during that time frame I'm working. I'm dealing on solutions, right? Anything that needs to be solved, I'm fixing those problems. And then after noon or 1, that's when I like to do something that's maybe a little creative, let my juices flow a little bit, get outside of the box, maybe take a different stroll around a different area, take a bike ride, and just let myself be creative. And then in that time, see what comes, right? Let myself enjoy that moment. And then, later on in the evening, have a great meal with great people, talk about some deep things, talk about the future, talk about things that we've thought about in our life, things that we've been working on, things that we've created in our life that we're happy about, and then hopefully end the night with a good night and get to bed early and do the same thing all over again. And that's a good day. And if you think about that, it doesn't really cost too much money to do those things. And a lot of times we start putting dollars on things that really aren't that important to a good day in your life. So you have to think deeper about how your life should be. Yes, money is important, but most of the things in your life will not be nearly as enjoyable as what you are able to control and create a life that's on your terms, and you feel fulfilled and feel successful about designing a good day, right? Because when you can design a good day and you know what a good day looks like, you start to make decisions to align with that good day and you start pushing things out that do not fit your good day. All right? So hopefully this video was helpful. I just want you to think a little bit deeper. So many people out there are so superficial and they only think about the moment that they can think about. And they don't actually think deeper about how that is actually going to impact their days, right? Because all our life is just a combination of many days in a row. And if you can stack as many of those good days on as possible, that's all life is. You know, good people, good days, good food, good conversation, growing, improving. That's life. So take that to heart. Think about it. It saved my life. It made my life so much more peaceful, and it made my life even more successful than I already was. I'm making more money. I'm creating better relationships. I am feeling more confident in who I am. So take that to heart. Be a deep thinker, because most people here are shallow, and you will win. Like, subscribe, comment below. Follow me on Instagram, MOVMATT. Peace.